It is 12:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is Tuesday, March 13th, 2018. And this is the most recent. I try to keep a sense of humor about it, but this is a serious security issue for me and for others similarly targeted. This is a fake profile. Let me say that right off the top. And that's a fact. That's not a guess. The way these people have been able to infiltrate and do the computer hacking, live communications interference, etc. I won't be surprised if I get a message that looks like it comes from Facebook that might or might not really be coming from real Facebook people, letting me know that I'm being prevented from saying anything bad, heaven forbid, about the fact that this is a fake profile. So saying something bad about the party who would do such a thing. But in any event, I'm going to see if I can get this information out. So it says Daniel Thomas. It shows this picture as the profile picture. Let me go through here. I'm going to read this. It says they work at contractors.com. And I don't know anything about contractors.com. Let me say that, good or bad. So it might, they don't necessarily have anything to do with this matter. But then it says they live in Los Angeles, California. It says there was a wave, that they use the wave icon. And I am sure that the right pronoun is they, not a he, not a she, but a they. So sorry to infringe on your privacy. It said that, quote, a picture is worth 1,000 words, but when I saw yours, it was more than words could explain. The charming profile is irresistible, though a little personal message, but your look tells a lot about a nice person. So I had to drop a message to the charming person with this great profile. Just want to know you better and be a friend or more. Hope to hear from you sometime. Daniel Thomas. Okay. So then I send a wave back. Facebook prompted if I wanted to wave back. I decided to get more information. And I sent this emoticon, their friendly emoticon. Then they wrote hello pretty and a thumbs up. And I wrote, hi Daniel, how did you end up being interested in the Baltimore Orioles and what brought you to work at contractors.com? Because, well, let me not make any more comments about why I asked that specific question, except to try to see, what they would say. And then, because again, I don't have any reason to think that contractors.com necessarily has anything to do with it. I don't know anything about them one way or the other. Okay, so then they wrote back, smile, that's my work from the beginning. I will like to know you much more better if you don't mind, pretty. And then I wrote, you're strikingly attractive and I appreciate directness of interest. Honestly, I'm wondering if you are an actual person and not a made-for-internet party. What would be the best way to know you are an actual person? And then they wrote back, smile, you are always funny. Notice how you are always funny, like they know me so well. Yeah, it's a red flag. Okay. How is it possible for me to use someone else's picture on my profile? There's another red flag. It's not possible. Really, it's not possible. They're telling me this as if that is a fact, and we know this is not true. Anyway, it's cool and am the one. Okay, that's quite possibly another red flag. It could be that one of my least favorite things, the quote autocorrect, auto quote correct, but because it often makes it automatically incorrect, but the fact they didn't catch that, a simple common word like okay, it did not look wrong to them so that they would change that H to a Y or leave it at just O and K, the abbreviation for okay. It suggests that they're not as nearly as familiar with the English language, the colloquialisms, etc., as they would normally be if they are who they say they are. So then, where do you live? What do you do for a living? Are you single or married? Do you have kids? What do you do for fun? And how old are you? Seriously. Bombarding me with those kinds of questions all in a row, just like that major red flag. Because even if, say, for somehow this party was innocent and not looking to perpetuate some criminal thing against me when they're sending me this message, and whoever else they send this message to, I'm sure they use the same or virtually the same text on more than one person. So everyone basically should be aware that that's not a reasonable thing to you just meet somebody online for the first time and you're asking them all those questions like that. That is a security issue, you're creating for that party. And as a normal person, you should not be looking to do that or be flippant about it. So if somebody comes and they're just basically putting you on the spot to try to get that kind of information from you so fast, that is a red flag. Okay, so then I wrote back, it is possible to use someone else's picture and quite common. It would be nice to see a video message. Could be a brief 1-minute greeting. Looking forward to a video message from you. Needless to say, see, that's the, they wrote, that's not a problem and can you tell me about you, please? But then they never wrote anything back after that. Now, that's the end of the communication. And I guarantee you I'm not adding to this communication. So, to be fair, I had blocked them in between and reported them to Facebook. I just now realized that then I couldn't do this video unless I unblocked them for the time being, so I have to wait. Facebook has the policy of like 48 hours before I can block them again. But in any event, okay, so let's go take a look over at, well, let's see where we were. We were in Messenger. From there, there's actually an option that goes to the Facebook profile. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so it says, oh, this was a red flag to me. You see that profile picture? I don't know if you can tell. It looks very, I think the word they use is pixelated. Like, it made me wonder if they didn't really have access to the original photo, so that either maybe they might have manipulated this photo, put a head on the body, and or that it's not really their photo, and so by the time they ran it, the quality had gotten noticeably reduced. So okay, I had initially clicked like on it, and now I don't have the option to unlike because we're no longer connected as friends since I did the block. But in any event, let's see, here's these other photos. I'm not going to scroll down further than that because I don't want to, in case there's any innocent people that was, on the profile there. Although let me note this here. Okay, friends, nothing to show. Okay, no friends found. That's not necessarily a red flag. I also make my default to not just show my friends list, like, just in general. Though if it's a mutual connection, it would show there that, we have those mutual friends. And then, so we don't have any mutual friends either. And then suggestions, this part is a red flag. If it's a real profile, and it's been on Facebook for a significant length of time, like not just basically brand new, then Facebook's algorithm should have already generated some suggestions of whom they are likely to know or have a lot in common, so that's significant, etc. So there should be some suggestions there. No suggestions would indicate it might not really be a real profile or so. Or it might be brand new, and then you have to look more carefully. I mean, everybody has to start sometime. So being brand new in and of itself is not, a bad thing necessarily. But, if they don't have a real track record there to be able to look at, that would be another reason to look more closely. So at what it is you can find. And then... And I believe this profile, if I remember correctly, like I said, I don't want to scroll down because there were some posts by some other people, and I don't know that they necessarily have anything to do with any of this impersonation stuff. So I'm not going to scroll down further. But from memory, for sure I can say the profile does not go back very far. It's only a matter of months. It's definitely not even a full year. I think it only started this year, January 2018. That's the part I'd like to double check, but I don't want to record the other profiles that, like, interacted with this page. So, okay. Then let's see. When you click on photos here, this is the part that hopefully Facebook will take seriously. Like I said, I actually already reported it to them. I'm going to go ahead and report it again here on this recording. And especially, I looked for the picture that showed the face the most clearly in order to run a face recognition search. So I'll show you how to do that in here. This was it. So I thought, well, that is, that's a pretty clear shot. Let's see who that really is, or where else this picture has appeared. And so then, let's see, I use the internet browser. Where did I go, forward or backward? Maybe backward. Let's see, I think I might not be in the right. Oh, there we go. Okay. So this is whose picture is actually being used. It's an athletic coach named Marco Silva in Portugal. Let me note clearly that Mr. Marco Silva most likely knows nothing at all about how his pictures are being used by that account that says that they are Daniel Thomas. Okay, so there we go. Back. I used Google Images. Let's see where. Okay, there. So what you do. Oh, okay. I'm going to show you guys another helpful thing to know. Apparently, it sent me to the mobile version of Google Images, and that is not showing, obviously, the option to do the reverse face recognition search. But if you hold this button down, you can request the desktop version. Request desktop site there. So now, you see that camera icon? We're going to be able to use that to do the reverse face recognition search. And FYI, I do see the waves of light bouncing around as usual in my environment, and others similarly situated. And no, it's not random. And yes, you can look at a neuroscience research article about called Visual Responses of Ganglion Cells. And they specifically talk about certain waves of light patterns, including yellow and blue is a common combination, and magenta and green, which we're seeing here, is a common combination. Actually, I'm seeing up closer up there, I'm seeing the yellow and blue in there as well. Yeah, boy, yeah, okay. So there's they have some yellow and blue going, and they have some magenta and green going. That's not too uncommon for me. Okay, now, okay. Well, in any event, we are going to talk more about that another time. So let's see, I'm just going to get through this one as quickly as possible to help reduce the likelihood of technical issues in uploading the file. You know, once it gets over 20 minutes, it gets a lot harder. Okay, so then you click on, I know it's small, but you can make it zoom in. Click on the camera icon. There we go. And then you have the opportunity to upload an image, or, oh, I'm used to seeing, there it is. Yeah, the opportunity to paste the image from the URL. Okay. Boy, I should have grabbed the URL. Hold on a sec. Let's see where we can. Okay, so here, let's go to this Daniel Thomas profile. Oh boy, it should not be taking so long. That might not be a coincidence. The weather's not great today, but I think it's probably likely that it's known that I'm doing this video at this time. Nothing new there. That's been going on since at least 2007, but in any event, let's see, how on earth? Okay, let me think. I'll do it from where I was then. I was here, let's get out of there for a moment and do, just a regular Google search. I will note, I don't remember seeing images from in the menu in here, although, like where they have Google Shopping and stuff like that. Oh, it might be if you click like even more from Google, or here though, next to that menu is images to get into Google Images. Let's try it again. There we go. Okay, good. So we're still on the desktop site where we have the camera icon, but we wanted to pull up the URL. Let's see about doing that. Okay, so Daniel Thomas. And just FYI, I don't actually recognize these predictive searches it's doing, so I don't know why they're there. But in any event, I wonder sometimes if, because I thought that's supposed to be like predictive from things you've searched before yourself. And since I'm seeing things that I've not searched before myself, and that might be another thing to check into. But right now, let's just do this. Let's see. I don't know. Let's put a bit more information on this particular profile. Los Angeles, they put, and they also put Munich, Germany. So maybe there. All right, so where are we pulling the picture? There we go. We just need the URL for this. All right. Copy that. And then let's go back to Google Images. I think, is this the Google Images? No, not quite yet. Okay. Hold on. Images. Okay, there we go. And then we're putting the camera icon so that we can paste a URL, okay? Let's say go. Oh. Oh, darn. Okay, hold on a second. Let's do this then. We can copy it ourselves. And then, there. So let's see what to do. Now it is set to public visibility, but it might be that Facebook doesn't like Google Images pulling it directly. Okay, so we can, if you go to view full size, here's another tip. From there, there should be the option to save if you hold it down. Let's see, hold. Oh, okay, here. No, hold on a sec. Hold this. It's not giving me that option to save in here. In the app it does. Or I wonder, let's see. Here's another place they're holding the image. Maybe I can send the Google Images to there. Let's try that. Let me go back again. Okay. Paste the URL. Paste. Say go. Oh wait, I might not have remembered to, there. Okay, I did. I was trying to wonder if I copied and pasted the view full size link. Okay. And there we go. See? This is the exact same picture. Not a similar looking picture, but this is the exact same image This is the person whose image it really is Marco Silva, who is or was the coach of a team called Olympiacos. I remember seeing that in the Wikipedia page. Let me see. Let's just go to regular Google, all out of images only. That's something to remember when you're going back looking for text information, text-based information. Okay, so I remember seeing it. Let's go back. Here we go. Teams managed. Yeah, it's a team. Forgive me, because I'm sure people who are really into this stuff are like, how does she not know what exactly that is? Okay, so I don't follow this stuff. But in any event, it's this one. I remember seeing a page on that used that exact image, Olympiacos. So from 2015 to 2016, that's when he was head coach there. So that is the real person whose image is being misused on the Facebook profile we're looking at. Let's see. Oh, there it was. Yeah, Olympiacos.org. That was the press release, I believe, when he became the head coach there. See, and that's the image. So, yeah. Let's go back into, let's see, Facebook. How did we get? I was having trouble getting the name. Okay, hold on, let me think. Oh, what about from here? Okay. Oh, darn. I have to make a note of everywhere I'm accidentally pulling up other friends and stuff. I'm going to want to take the opportunity to block out the information. Okay, so when I click view Facebook profile, see, that was the exact same image there. Yeah. Posted January 23rd of this year. If it was posted from a different year, it would also say the year. So when it doesn't say the year, it's because it was posted from the same year. And now, this was another red flag to me, actually. That supposedly they're from Munich, Germany. I've only fallen in love twice, and sadly, so I am not somebody who's telling anybody that online is more dangerous for meeting people than offline, because I actually don't believe that that's necessarily true. There's advantages and disadvantages to each, because here's a good example. If you're careful and you look into who's approaching you online, then actually in some ways that's safer than if it happened offline. Then you can nip that in the bud before there's ever even an in-person interaction. So in that regard, it can be actually safer. But it's the technology is not what's evil, it's how it's used or misused that can be evil. And then, so both times, and really in every single case I can think of, some more serious than others, because I recently saw that somebody had a whole false identity. They were pretending to be a lawyer out of Alabama now. Well, I mean, that's the identity of the person that they were using. And when I attended some classes in the law school, they were using that now lawyer's identity there. I don't know if they're contemporaneous. I did check more into that, to where that person might have actually been a law student and not a lawyer at that time. So that would even be more sophisticated on their part and careful. But I mean, they were walking around the campus pretending to be that other person, and they weren't even that person at all. And I don't know how many other people they were targeting, but I was somebody they were targeting while they pretended to be somebody that they were not on the law school campus. So in any event, let's return to this here. So the first of the 2 times that I actually have fallen in love with someone, I was fortunate that they fell in love with me as well. I was unfortunate because of the situation here. In both cases, they were absolutely, heaven and earth was moved to prevent them from being able to stay in touch with me. Because the way the organized predators are operating, it goes against their agenda to have me in a stable personal relationship. They want to make me as easy prey as possible, etc. And they also want me brainwashed and programmed, which means perpetually, systematically traumatized. Who better than the people that you live with, basically, whether that's your parents are generally in the best position to be your handlers, groomers, and trainers. And then when you're not there living with your parents anymore, then guess who that would be? Your significant other. So when they're targeting you like that, you have to be extra careful of who you make choices about with regard to a significant other. And extra aware of what kinds of pressures and all that person might be under if they're under the coercive grip of that network. So that first person had been a visiting international student from Munich, and I don't really want to say much more about it than that, but I just felt like that is, you find when you're being targeted by organized criminals that there's a lot less coincidence. Things that seem highly coincidental, you should check into them more. They might not be a coincidence. It might be to manipulate you. Or indicative of something that's being done for manipulation purposes, in your case, targeted to you. Okay. I think I'll just, I don't know if I did a run through of this. I want you to see every single one of these is of the same person, but it's of that head coach out of Portugal by the name of Marco Silva, and it's not by somebody based in Los Angeles by the name of Daniel Thomas. Okay. So, I was going to report. Do a report. Report the profile. I already put they pretending to be someone. No, wait, I might have chosen. Let's see. I chose their, this is the one I didn't use. I chose they're pretending to be me or someone I know. Well, I had the chance to put that it's a celebrity. So not that I know personally, but I know of. And I remember using this as a fake account. So here, I'm going to put, they're using a different name than they use in real life. Okay. Doesn't represent a real person. Here, your name, a friend, or celebrities. No, it's not the name. Oh, wait, or photos. Profile made with pictures of models. Well, the person is not a model or a fictional character. So this one. Looks like this is the best one. A celebrity. And I'm going to submit it to them for review again. And I'm going to block. Yeah, I remember about the 48 hours things. I'd blocked him before. And then I realized I had to unblock to do the video. Okay, so after the 48 hours elapse, I'll put in a block again. If the profile is still up. Sadly, at the way things have been going, I suspect it will still be up. But hopefully by then, Facebook will have taken it down so that they cannot be preying on others, especially what I worry about, like teenage girls, that kind of thing, that they love to, I think they're disproportionately targeted. They love to target them because at that age, they are extra vulnerable. They're wanting to be accepted, and so they're wanting to be more compliant, and they're wanting to be cool, and they're wanting to be social and sociable and everything. It's not that I don't want to be sociable, but, you get older, and you don't have as much patience for nonsense. So you're not going to worry as much about being sociable with someone who's just, something's not right with how they're interacting with you, or who they are, or what they do, or what have you. And Then let's see. I wanted to do a time date stamp. That's the only other thing I can think of to do here. Let's see, time date stamp. Let's do time. Okay, so now it is 1:14 going shortly into 1:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday, March 13th, 2018. And God bless everyone, and be safe, whether you're online or offline, be safe. And I don't really like to focus on the issue of how many things happen to try to prevent me from getting information out to help people be safer and understand that this is happening. But because I know it's rampant now, it's epidemic. It's not just toward me, especially since I'm having these issues with my my communications being badly interfered with. I'm going to ask people to please do give me the benefit of the doubt if you're a personal friend. And I actually just communicated with someone I went to school with a little bit earlier today. We were disconnected. He did not do it. I did not do it. I did not have the option to reconnect, but luckily I still had the option to get in contact with the person. And then they were able to send me a friend request from their end, which was something I was not able to do from my end. And we reconnected and what have you. But this is just, it's been left and right and professionally as well. And so obviously that's dangerous if they're able to keep doing that to someone they're targeting to make easier prey so that they can prevent you. And nowadays especially, you need to be able to utilize a lot of online communication to pursue a job, to pursue an apartment. I've had this happen several times through online apartment searches where they use their live interference with my computer activities for their illegal activities to shepherd me to where they wanted me to go stay, literally, like for an overnight place to stay or a weekend place to stay or what have you. So it's very dangerous. So I'm going to ask you to please help to share the videos and other content that I post that you think could be helpful to people. And thank you, and God bless you. It is March 15th, 2018. This is an addendum to the video I recorded on March 13th that I'm posting today. I was waiting for the 48-hour window to go through so that I can go ahead and reblock this profile. It is a fake profile, 100% certainty. And it's not that hard to find out, especially for people who should be armed with the information and the tools to do that kind of search regularly, even more familiarity than I have had to date. So I reported this 3 times to Facebook because they're pretending to be Marco Silva, the head coach, athletic coach in Portugal. And, I should say, they're using the pictures of Marco Silva for this fake profile with the name, quote, Daniel Thomas. Okay, and all you have to do, now I understand for an average person that has had no occasion to do this, it might sound like a bigger deal. But for, again, people who are working for the social network that should be readily have a system so that they can check these things, it should be zip zap, no problem. So in the main video, I showed the audience how to do this for themselves, to do the face recognition search if they suspect someone contacting them is really, it's a party that's fraudulent, utilizing a fake identity or what have you, and or a real identity but fraudulently impersonating that person, what have you. So this is the message I got back. this one's not, to me, that serious, partly because it hasn't gone further, but this is basically the pattern, and that is dangerous, that this is the pattern. When I report something, I actually used to get insulted. They used to have somebody in there would send me really insulting responses. Now they're just like being cute, you know? So it says, thanks for your report. You did the right thing by letting us know about this. We looked over the profile you reported, and though it doesn't, don't miss the N apostrophe T, does not. It doesn't go against one of our specific community standards. And there it is linked in case I need to check that if it's against community standards to impersonate somebody else so that you can fraudulently go targeting innocent people through the network, okay? The online network, social network. We understand that the profile or something they shared may still be offensive to you. We want to help you avoid things you don't want to see on Facebook. Yeah, I don't want to see organized criminals pretending to be people that they are not so that they can go trying to fish for information from their targets. If you think we should look at something specific on this or another profile, you can report, like what, for the fourth time, that exact content, example photo, instead of the entire profile. Wow. And then the thing is, in and of themselves, each of those photos look innocuous enough. So they're not pornographic or anything like that, but it's just each and every one is a photograph of Marco Silva. And so he's a celebrity, at least there in Portugal. And I'm sure if people follow these sports things more than I do, then he's a celebrity for them too. So this is just inappropriate response, to say the least, from but to be fair, the people who've been doing this screwing around with me and others similarly situated, they have really excellent computer hackers. I'll give them credit for that. And so I don't take it for granted that just because it looks like it's coming from Facebook, that this is like a real Facebook representative I'm getting this from. But nonetheless, this is the only kind of response that I generally get. And that is dangerous. So I think the people doing it are, whether they have that many people pocketed, which is actually not what I think, or they're that well able to divert the communications, which is what I think, then this is dangerous because it's not going to legitimate people for legitimate response. So, and then the rest of this message says, from the list above, you also can block Daniel Thomas directly, or you may be able to unfriend or unfollow them. Them is the accurate pronoun, not a he or a she, but a they. I guarantee you they're organized criminals running that profile. We recommend visiting the Help Center to learn more about how to control what you see in your newsfeed. If you find that a person, group, or page consistently posts things you don't want to see, you may want to limit how often you see their posts or remove them from your Facebook experience. Yeah, because this is just a me thing. You know, I'm just extra sensitive to, stuff that a normal person would not find to be against standards. Okay, so that's the implication there. So we know these options may not apply to every situation, so please let us know. Why should I try again to let them know if you see something else you think we should take a look at? Hopefully by posting this video publicly, somebody in that's a real legitimate representative of Facebook will actually see what's going on here and address it. Anyway, thank you to everyone who's been supporting me, and God bless you and be safe.